Welcome to the final race of the Hard-Enduro season. We've made it to Kemer, Turkey for this year's Red Bull Sea to Sky. This three-day race will challenge the riders in three drastically different terrains. Day one is a fast-paced beach race. Day two brings on the forest. And for the main event, the riders will climb 2,365 meters up to the top of Mount Olympus, which will determine this year's winner at the most enjoyable hard-enduro on the planet. It's a beautiful day for some sand, sun, and suffering. The crowds have gathered, the excitement is in the air, and we are ready to go with stage one of the event, the beach race.
We're down at the start of the beach race. We did our qualifying this morning and I managed to take the fastest lap.
Yeah, feeling good. You know, it's a shorter lap than normal. It's about a minute and a half. It's a bit more intense, I think, which hopefully should suit me.
It's a mass start. In one row are 50 riders, and I'm very excited and fight for a good result.
The riders are lining up for the Le Mans style start. With the dropping of the flag and the quick sprint to the bikes, the madness begins. The Bavarian machine Andreas Lettenbichler reaches his bike first and is flat out. The beach race is fast, dusty, and heart-pounding. After 15 minutes plus one lap, we will find our winner, and we will have a pack of exhausted riders. Earlier in the day, we caught up with everyone's favorite privateer, Paul Bolton, as he explained some of the challenging parts of this year's race.
Hi, I'm Paul Bolton. We're here at the beach race, which determines the starting order for the forest race tomorrow. Let's go and check out some of the track with you guys. So here we are on the fastest part of the track. It's 6th gear wide open. We're going to be coming off the start line, 50 of us coming to this ski jump right behind me. On the other side, it's a 3-meter drop, and we're going to be landing in this stuff, baby. We're here at the second jump on the straight, just after the ski jump, and you're going to be in 6th gear, just wide open, still coming into this. Unless you're a chicken, you come through here. If you're holding it flat out, you're going to be jumping from here, right the way over there, and then you're straight into some really big rollers. Here we are at the other side of the beach race. Logs, tyres, tight corners, everything. Right behind me is the rock section, which is one of the final obstacles. And then you're straight over the finish line with 15 minutes plus one lap. Let's go and enjoy the beach race.
Back to the race, and Letty is still in the lead, but the 2013 beach race winner, Johnny Walker, is doing everything in his power to pass the race leader. Walker and Letty are battling over the log and tire section of the race now. They struggle a bit here, but for the lower class riders, this will seem unrideable. In 4th place is last year's event winner Graham Jarvis, who is aces in the added technical sections of the course and pushes past the younger Walker, moving into 3rd place with Wade Young and Letty next in his sights. As the lead pack of riders reach a patch of boulders on a small uphill, 2nd-placed Wade Young stalls only for a moment. The two Brits of Jarvis and Walker take advantage of his mistake and move up into podium positions. Graham Jarvis is not known for his speed and is passed on the straight as Johnny Walker goes screaming by, soaring over the ski jump and moving back into 2nd place. Walker, who loves riding in the sand, takes the inside on Letty and claims 1st place only moments later. Letty drops another spot as he gets stuck in a tire. Jarvis takes an unusual approach and navigates around him and lapped rider number 155, Robert Novak. 10 minutes into the race and the track is littered with riders. The struggling lower class competitors are suffering along the entire course. With nowhere to go, the top guys are forced to find new lines if they want to pass the mayhem this year's beach race has created. There is no slowing down Red Bull KTM rider Johnny Walker. With 1 lap to go, Johnny is back on the throttle, increasing his lead over the suffering pack behind him. Both Jarvis and Letty move forward but have no chance of catching Walker, who takes the checkered flag and is this year's Red Bull Sea to Sky Beach Race winner, hoping to take his winning momentum into the next 2 days and finalize his Grand Slam dreams.
I was happy with 2 years ago when I won every race, and you know, I want to just win all the races this year, and that's my main goal. So if I can start as I mean to go, and that's what we say at home.
Jarvis runs a fast race and claims second, while fellow seasoned racer Andreas Lettenbichler takes third.
The beach race was not so bad, you know. I took the whole shot. Now I'm happy to be in the finish. I think third position.
Yeah, I'm really happy with second on the beach race. Probably the hardest beach race we've ever seen. You know, once the riders started queuing, there was only 1 or 2 lines of the rocks, and you just had to just be patient, pick your line. It was just a case of get to the finish and get it home safely.
With the beach race complete, the starting order is set for the next stage, the forest race. Johnny Walker takes first, Jarvis in second, Lettenbichler in third, and rounding out the top 5 is Paul Bolton and Alfredo Gomez. Red Bull Sea to Sky is the most enjoyable hard-enduro race of the season. Planted on the coast of the Turkish Riviera, this race has turned the countryside of Kemer into an enduro rider's playground.
The Red Bull Sea to Sky to me is probably the best race of the year. Come here for 3 days, you've got 3 different sort of races, and you know they're only a few hours long, so you've got the rest of the day to just chill out with your friends.
It's a holiday and to race, and after the race you can go to the beach and relax a little bit.
The main race is cool because it's totally different to any other race we get to do. You know, you just race from one point to another, which is the top of the mountain. And, you know, you start in the sand and then you go into, like, some riverbeds and then you start going up through the woods, and there's a lot of steep climbs, and, you know, it's pretty technical as soon as you get close to the top. And with it being over 1,000 feet, you know, it's definitely hard to breathe when you get up there.
You know, the competition's getting tougher each year, you know, new riders coming on, and Johnny especially, he's definitely upped his game this year. You know, he's won everything, so I need to put a stop to that at this race.
You can have it all.
I think he could take the Grand Slam.
He's the fastest guy now, and we try to keep him out.
Yeah, obviously everyone's talking about the Grand Slam and, like, if I win all the races, it's a good year and that, but I've just taken every race as it's come. I've had a lot of fun this year, and, you know, the results have shown, so I'll obviously be going as fast as I can at the weekend.
Yeah, a couple of years ago I was going for the Grand Slam, and Johnny, you know, Sea to Sky just stopped me doing that, so I hope to do the same to him this year, definitely. You know, it gets a bit too cocky sometimes, so we need to get a win in there and stop him doing the Grand Slam.
Day 2 at the Red Bull Sea to Sky takes the riders off the beach and into the forest. It's 47 kilometers of time trial racing through the thick Turkish timber. Johnny is 1 win away from completing the first ever hard-enduro perfect season, winning all 6 extreme races. A good day of racing today will set the tone for tomorrow.
So we're here at the start of the forest race today, and I won the beach race yesterday, so I was really happy with that, and then that makes me go first.
The main importance of the forest race is to get on that front row for tomorrow for the main mountain race.
It's like a cross-country race. I think it's nice flowing trails. It's a little bit fast.
Probably start off steady, you know, get warmed up and then go for it towards the end.
And Johnny is off. The 2013 Sea to Sky winner sets a blistering time and rides this forest race like it's his backyard. The riders take off 1 by 1 with a 30-second gap between each other. The fastest times of the day will set the 10-man starting row order for the main event, and with a 2-minute gap between those rows, the first to the finish is awarded the win. Not making it in the front line gives an extreme disadvantage to a possible podium position for the main event that starts from the sea and ends in the sky. With the tracks and lines made by the earlier riders, number 8 Wade Young should rebound from a difficult beach race and be fast here today. Walker comes in first and fast. Now the Englishman must wait for the others to see how his time compares and where he will be placed in the main event. With fellow countryman Jarvis arriving shortly after, Grimbo seems to be in top form for the main event. Alfredo Gomez pushes himself to the limit, and with a bad knee bruise from earlier in the week, he has a terrible day of racing.
I have a problem on my knee, and it's very difficult to keep the balance on the bike. Maybe if I have more pain on my leg, I will not racing.
But the winner of the day with the fastest time goes to Wade Young. He destroyed the Forest race and finishes in 1 hour, 29 minutes and 49 seconds.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with today. I'm pretty sure it's on the front row. That's pretty much all you want. And now to focus on to tomorrow. Last year it was pretty devastating with getting stuck on the hill at the end and missing the podium. But yeah, this year I just want to keep everything smooth and fast in the beginning and just push all the way through and capitalize on my mistakes from last year.
Off first, which was a little bit difficult because I didn't have too many tracks to follow. You know, tomorrow I'm excited for tomorrow. I've had a look at bits of the track and it looks good, so you know, as long as I push hard, and I know the heat's going to be a big issue, so I'll just push, and I know Graham's going to be fast, so it's going to be good.
The top three riders of Young, Walker and Jarvis rode the 47-kilometer track within 5 seconds of each other, showing the talent is getting more competitive and setting the tone for the main event. The last race of the season is upon us, and the riders are preparing for a 3-hour-plus battle between bike, body and terrain.
Coming off a good victory off the Forest race, I'm very happy with that, and just bring that confidence over into today's race.
I'm obviously nervous this morning, but nerves are good. You know, I think every rider's going to be nervous, especially with this start. Just want to get off there out safely and get into the rhythm. Hopefully there's a bit of pressure on Johnny with the Grand Slam, but he's a professional rider, so he knows how to deal with it, I'm sure.
The man with the target on his back is Johnny Walker, going for the first ever Hard-Enduro Grand Slam.
So the key to the start is just get the whole shot, really. There's 10 of us on the line, and my main goal is just to get the whole shot. If I don't, I'll try and push hard early on to get into the lead, so then I'm not eating a load of dust.
The anticipation for the start is thick, and as the flag drops, the 500-meter race to the corner is on. Three-time Red Bull Sea to Sky winner Graham Jarvis has a terrible start as his bike doesn't fire off the line. Last year's fourth-place finisher Wade Young has a great start, however, and claims the whole shot. The remaining 290 competitors start in rows of 10 and blast off every 2 minutes. The Turkish Riviera is soon to be echoing with engines. The race is on. Charging into the dry riverbed, these boys are about to climb 2,365 vertical meters of hell to reach the finish. After the corner, the name of the game is speed. The new race leader, Andreas Lettenbichler, leans back and charges flat out. As the race moves on, so does the silent assassin. He is picking off leading riders one by one and gliding through this rocky terrain like he is riding on a carpet. After 3 checkpoints, Johnny has reached White Stones River, followed closely by Wade Young, Paul Bolton, and Graham Jarvis. The 40-year-old Hard-Enduro veteran is looking to spoil the Grand Slam efforts of Johnny Walker, just like Walker did to him in 2013. Jarvis has hit a rhythm, using his experience in this race to make up time on the 2 riders in front of him. He has cut their leads to less than 2 minutes. Back to the front, Johnny Walker powers through this river canyon of man-made ramps to the roar of the spectators cheering him on. Following close behind in second place, though, is Wade Young. Paul Bolton takes a fall directly in front of Jarvis, moving the defending champion now into 3rd place. Reaching checkpoint 8, Graham has caught up to Wade Young. Passing Wade in the dense woods, Jarvis is now hunting the leader and first place. Earlier in the week, we caught up with Dan Hemingway as he takes us on the paddock walk, Turkish style.
Hi, I'm Dan Hemingway, and we're at the Red Bull Sea to Sky, the most enjoyable hard-enduro of the year. Unfortunately, I can't race, so we're going to check in with the guys and see what they're all up to. Ah, look who I found. It's Andy No-Clip.
My man.
He's the biggest playboy in the hard-enduro. Andy, how was today?
Yeah, we're pretty good.
I've got a deal for you. Whoever backflips into there the best, yeah, gets the water boot. This is on. Let's do it. Ready?
You ready?
Go for it. You got it! A top flip! What's going on? Okay, Andy, clearly you won that backflip competition. Listen, get in the water, go have some fun.
It's good. I can't believe I never did this before.
Ben. Look what I found. It's the biggest kid of the hard-enduro series, Ben Hemingway. And we're at the top of the Amsterdam slide. Ben, I've got a GoPro for you. You want to race this? Of course I do. Come on, let's do it. Ah, look! I've just seen the Lettenbicklers, Andy and Manny. Let's go find out what they're up to. Oh, lads, how are you doing? All right? Good, good, good. Both ready to race?
Yeah, we're gonna go jet skiing now.
Going jet skiing now?
Yeah.
Do me a favour. Set them, boys, and have some fun.
Thanks, man. Okay, thanks.
All right.
Just like cruising.
Okay, guys, I hope we've had a really nice time. We've met some of the boys. The sun is setting in Turkey. The party starts now, and I'm going to go practice my backflips.
Back to the race, and Jarvis is riding like a man half his age. He's closing the gap on Johnny, but will there be enough track left for the three-time Sea to Sky winner?
1 minute to Johnny.
Further up the mountain, the top rider reaches the section named Rocky Traverse. Johnny takes a moment to find his line, then bounces from rock to rock and out of this technical section, continuing up the mountain. 1 minute later, Jarvis arrives and without hesitation powers through the boulders, hot on Walker's heels to deprive the Brits' chances of a perfect season. Wade Young is still in third, but Letty and Bolton are coming on strong, hoping to spoil the South Africans' podium chances for a second straight year. Up ahead, Jarvis has caught Walker. Johnny knows the silent assassin is going to attack. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. The crafty veteran trails Walker for over 2 kilometers, using the leader's lines, saving energy, and picking his moment to take the lead. At the second refuel point, Jarvis makes a risky move. He forgoes the fuel and finally grabs the lead over Walker. Walker now knows he will have to ride like the champion he is to get back into first place and capture the Grand Slam. But Johnny goes down, and with each second spent sitting still, it's more time for Jarvis to extend his lead. Graham Jarvis has distanced himself from the trailing pack and is powering to the finish, but will he have enough fuel to make it to the final Red Bull Arch? Not far behind, Johnny continues to fight on and hasn't given up his goal of the Grand Slam, but his only chance of catching the leader is if Grimbo runs out of gas. And the chances of that happening are pretty high on this uphill climb in loose dirt. But no luck of that happening for Johnny Walker. The spoiled has become the spoiler. Jarvis has conquered Mount Olympus and victoriously wheelies through the finish to defend his title as Red Bull Sea to Sky champion. And crush the hopes of our first ever Grand Slam winner. After a long and successful season, Johnny Walker has given it his all, but has to settle for second place, coming in only 2 minutes and 35 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah, I'm just over the moon, yeah, definitely. Just got a bad start, last off the line, the bike just didn't fire first time, so I just thought, oh, I'm going to really struggle now, but I just sort of relaxed a little bit early on and saved a bit of energy, and then the second petrol, I just went straight through, just gambled everything and just went for the top. Sorry for Johnny, he hasn't got the Grand Slam, but he did the same to me 2 years ago, so, you know, just happy to win it there.
Graham didn't fuel up, he completed the fuel check, and then he just checked out from there really. He pulled a little gap on me and then I just couldn't make it back on him. Now, I'm a bit gutted I didn't win, but, you know, I've had a good year, I can't really complain. It's racing in it.
Wade Young battles back from last year's devastating loss and finally reaches the podium in third place.
I really pushed hard this last half, and look, I can't complain with third, eh? The guys up front were flying, and I gave it my all, so I'm very happy.
Congratulations to Graham Jarvis, who has won 4 of the 6 Red Bull Sea to Sky races. Johnny Walker claims second, and Wade Young shows his determination taking third, ensuring that it's not an all-British podium. The 2015 Red Bull Hard-Enduro season has come to an end. The race year was dominated by one rider, Johnny Walker. The Brit rode on a different level and proved to the race world that he is the new top rider in the sport. But will next year bring us another season of pure domination, or will there be a new crop of talent rising to challenge the past winners? For most of these competitors, a podium is out of sight. Their goal isn't to win, it's to finish. The riding, the lifestyle, and the environment of the sport of hard enduro is what they crave. The 2015 season started in Tuscany, Italy. One of the coldest, hardest races held, Hell's Gate proved to be more difficult than ever and a proper way to start the hard enduro season. Johnny Walker started his winning run at this event and proved to the race world that he is a threat to be taken seriously. The second race brought the circus to the UK for the tough one. Back on the original soil of Notmar Quarry, this race was a mess of motorcycles and mud, and again, Johnny took home the trophy. The granddaddy of the race schedule took place in Austria at the Red Bull Hare Scramble. For the first time ever, the race had 4 winners, showing the true camaraderie of the sport and that it's not always about winning the race, but getting to the finish line. Alfredo Gomez, Johnny Walker, Graham Jarvis, and Andreas Lettenbichler teamed up to conquer the unconquerable of the Iron Giants. A race that was closer than ever led us to Romania. The Red Bull Romaniacs is a 4-day hard enduro rally. After 4 days of racing and over 23 hours on the bike, the top 2 finishers were within 2 minutes of each other. Graham Jarvis and Johnny Walker battled all event, but the young gun was able to overcome and won his second Romaniacs in a row. Our first visit to Poland was for Red Bull 111 Megawatt, and with Jarvis's unforgettable comeback for third, it will be a race for the history books. Johnny Walker also won his 5th consecutive race of the season, and the threat of a first ever hard enduro Grand Slam became a reality here. Finally, the most enjoyable race in hard enduro lands the motorheads in Turkey. The Red Bull Sea to Sky, a 3-day race over beaches, forests, and mountains, makes this a challenge for every competitor. Johnny was 1 win away from the perfect season and to capture the first ever hard enduro Grand Slam. Graham Jarvis saw otherwise, snuck out a win, and robbed the young superstar of a perfect season. Nevertheless, congratulations go out to Johnny Walker, who wins his first hard enduro series.